Netflix anime. Yasuke. Fans of hip-hop and swordplay alike should vibe with this latest show from LaShawn Thomas, who worked on Black Dynamite, The Legend of Korra, and The Boondocks before leaving the States to direct anime in Japan. Yasuke is loosely based on the life of the real-life black samurai of the same name who fought under his lord Oda Nobunaga. The anime, which premieres April 2021, weaves fantasy into the samurai's story as he gradually befriends and defends a young girl with magical abilities. A lead performance from Lakeith Stanfield gives Yasuke a guarded and terse sense of gravitas, and Flying Lotus handles the show's laid-back soundtrack. Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no Yaiba. Anyone looking for a good action anime and who misses Attack on Titan since Netflix yanked it should check out Demon Slayer, one of the biggest recent anime properties. It ticks many of the same boxes: crisply defined fight scenes from anime studio Ufotable, a secret war against demons, and a family tragedy that immediately makes the conflict personal for the young hero. To give American newbies an idea of how popular this title is, Demon Slayer's sequel film, Mugen Train, recently became the highest grossing film of all time in Japan, breaking several records in the process, including those previously held by Hayao Miyazaki's Spirited Away. The Way of the House Husband. Based on a manga by Kosuke Ono, The Way of the House Husband pits a former Yakuza boss, Tatsu, nicknamed the Immortal Dragon, against his most fearsome opponent yet, household chores. In a delightful bit of feminism, he ditches his gangster lifestyle in favor of making a home for his wife, who pursues career goals of her own. At home or running shopping errands, Tatsu is the ultimate fish out of water, and he often needs to make use of what he learned in his past life to stay afloat. Dorohedoro. Who among us hasn't woken up one day with amnesia and discovered that we've been turned into a giant lizard, and also now house a humanoid head that's, checks notes, residing inside of our gullet? Such is the plight of Kaiman, the soul-searching protagonist of action anime Dorohedoro. This show is violent. It's all bloodletting, finger snapping, and teeth gnashing from the jump as Kaiman searches for the truth and one of the most inventive, absurd premises you'll ever see. The beauty, though, is in the show's seamless blend of CGI and traditional animated line work and hyper-detailed backgrounds. Dorohedoro may look vintage, akin to 80s and 90s anime classics like Akira or Ghost in the Shell, but has modern production value through the roof. Kurokus Basketball. Much like its production IG's sibling show, Haikyuu, Kurokus Basketball is a sports anime that will make you care about sports. It really sings when it focuses on the interiority of its characters' interior lives and team dynamics, as well as the tactics they deploy to win at high school hoops. Kurokus Basketball is directed by Shunsuke Tada, an alumnus of several classic anime like Legend of the Galactic Heroes, The Prince of Tennis, and Samurai 7. Kill La Kill. In a sci-fi action comedy where clothes are super-powered AI, sometimes the underage heroes have to get basically naked to save the day. Is this gross, objectifying fan service? Yes. But Kill La Kill flips the concept by empowering its female protagonists and villains throughout and emphasizing the bonds between them. Very few anime or prestige live-action series alike outline arguments against constricting social ideas around fashion, body image, and mental health, but Kill La Kill shreds through them with complex characterization and an electric guitar-fueled soundtrack. Like a cherry on top, several of its fight sequences kinetically toggle between animation styles, a la Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Full Metal Alchemist. In a world more tightly gripped by fascist ideology than ever, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood feels essential. This blockbuster soars on rich character relationships, bravura displays of light and magic, and a plot vibrating with tension. Brotherhood's heroic brothers, Ed and Al, are alchemists seeking the Philosopher's Stone to restore their bodies after the cosmos punished them for trying to resurrect their dead mother. Meanwhile, the authoritarian government they work for, led by a mustached swordsman called Fjord, has its own sinister plans for the stone. In 64 episodes, Brotherhood never falters, using philosophy to unpack the consequences of unethical scientific experimentation, xenophobia, state violence, and more. It also balances its darkness with plenty of humor. Gurren Lagann. If supportive and vulnerable portrayals of bros gets you going, Gurren Lagann will get you going. The show is packed with lines like, "Believe in the me that believes in you," and similar affirmations between characters invested in each other's self-actualization. Those over-the-top overtures pair nicely with its exaggerated animation and duels involving drill-shaped robots called gunmen. All that said, like many shonen anime, Gurren Lagann remains a problematic fave. Its women and gay characters suffer from fan service and grossly persistent stereotypes, but many still consider it a classic. Death Note. Death Note's Light Yagami may be one of the most sinister Macbethian villains of the last 20 years. Over the course of 37 episodes, he murders countless individuals by writing their names in the show's titular magic book, lies incessantly to practically everyone in his family or social circle, and seeks to establish his own utopia as a god of death. He meets his match when a genius investigator named L starts to close in on him with his own mind games, propelling the show into a dark, suspense-heavy cat and mouse chase for the ages. No purer commentary on male adolescence exists than having a demon possess you. But that setup is tame compared to where Devilman Crybaby's ultra-violence eventually goes. In its 10-episode run, you can expect depravity and horror from humans and demons alike, all realized in a muted color palette and gorgeously grotesque character designs. The Devilman himself, a cool teen named Akira Furo, wants to use his diabolical powers to keep his family, friends, and humanity at large safe. But he may not be able to. Sometimes, all you can do is cry.